When you visit Malta for the first time, everyone is surprised. This is not how you imagine the small Mediterranean island to be. So different, so extraordinary. Malta is not an island where nothing significant has ever happened. The ancient Greeks already called it the navel of the sea. And when the Knights of the Order of St. John came to Malta in the 16th century, they built the island into the strongest fortress in Europe. Malta has always been a melting pot of peoples and has been shaped by many conquerors. Before the birth of Christ by the Punians, then by the Romans. The Arabs conquered the archipelago in 870 AD, the French in the 14th century and the Spanish in the 15th century. Emperor Charles V gave the islands to the Knights of St. John in 1530. Napoleon was the next conqueror in 1797. He drove out the knights and looted the churches. When Napoleon was defeated, the British took over the island as a colony in 1814. In 1964, Malta gained independence from the British Crown. Since then, Valletta has been the smallest capital in Europe with around 5,500 inhabitants. Malta joined the European Union in 2004 and has been European Capital of Culture in 2018. And culture abounds in Valletta. The St. John Co-Cathedral is one of the most impressive Baroque churches in the world. At the same time, it is a cemetery. Grand masters and knights were buried here in sarcophagi and under the marble slabs in the floor. In the 8 side rooms of the cathedral, the respective compatriots from all over Europe had their chapels and the resting places of their leaders. The ceiling paintings show 18 scenes from the life of John the Baptist, created by the Calabrian Baroque painter Mattia Prito, who spent almost his entire life in the service of the Order of St. John in Malta. In 1608, another great artist created Malta's most valuable painting here. It was the Italian painter Caravaggio, who painted the beheading of John the Baptist. The picture shows the moment of the beheading in the prison yard, and the king's daughter Salome with a silver tray for the head of the killed man. She had demanded the beheading from King Herod, because John had rejected her advances. The second Caravaggio painting is equally impressive and shows Saint Jerome translating a Bible text from Hebrew into Latin. After the tour, you come out of the main portal of St. John's Co-Cathedral and are immediately back in the here and now. The carnival has started and it's being celebrated big in Valletta. At the Palace of the Grand Masters in St. George's Square, dance groups from all over Malta compete to have the best group chosen. The competition is fierce and everyone is doing their best to please the judges and the audience. Carnival has been celebrated in Malta for centuries. The first records of Carnival in Malta date back to 1535, when the Grand Master Piero del Ponte led the regiment. Carnival is one of the oldest documented celebrations in Malta. The carnival stronghold is the capital Valletta. Here the carnivalists appear in their magnificent costumes on St. George's Square. And to the delight of tourists, the carnival takes place not only in February, but also in August. In the middle of summer, the Maltese celebrate a second carnival in Bugibber, Birasebiga and Masaskala. After the show in front of the Grand Master's Palace, the carnival floats parade through the city and look for a place to let their fans dance and celebrate. The Triton fountain is colorfully illuminated and offers a magnificent picture. The morning after, Queen Victoria is still sitting on her armchair in front of the historic library, where the pigeons are hoping for leftover cake from coffee visitors and the waiters are hoping for a good tip. Little by little the city is filling up with tourists who are always looking for the perfect holiday photo and the best trendy bar. The Malta Biennale .art will take place in Malta and Gozo until the end of May 2024. Cultural heritage is discussed at many events. A visit to the Muser Art Museum is also worthwhile. The work of the important Maltese sculptor Antonio Sciortino is shown here. In the middle of the 20th century he modeled important personalities. The English Queen Elizabeth with her husband and her son Prince Charles also inspired him to create great works. Malta's cultural heritage is preserved and maintained by the state. It is an important basis for tourism, which is one of the country's most important economic sectors. Gozo is Malta's small neighboring island, which can be reached by boat in 25 minutes. The open double-decker takes you on an exploratory tour of the island. You can get out at several stops and explore the area. The charming shops sell Maltese sweets and English tea, the perfect ingredients for the 5 o'clock tea ritual that the British brought with them from their homeland. But the Gozians also maintain their own customs and folklore. The fishermen's and farmers' wives turned their hard work of washing laundry into an entertaining dance performance. We continue across the island to the pilgrimage site of Tar Pin, which Pope Benedict has also visited. Passing fertile fields, we return to the sea, which is never far away and offers fun, refreshment and wellness in summer. We continue to the town of Nader, which has developed into a stronghold of the popular and original carnival. Carnival is also called the Devil's Festival because it gives an outlet to otherwise suppressed needs. The Apostle Paul waves goodbye, then we go back to their harbor and back to Malta, where dinner is already waiting. The next day we have to say goodbye to Malta, but it is already clear. We'll be coming back to the sunny island of Malta soon.